What's going on, everybody? It's Childish back at it again, coming at you with another Summoner's War video. And in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Monster Balance update that Comp to us has recently dropped here. The long-awaited update after the SWC World Finals. What we're here to see is, did they nerf the Kingy that everybody may or may not be thinking about right now? I know I'm thinking about it after that World Finals here. But anyways, man, we're going to take a look at it and much more. Before we get into that, though, thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. And once again, if you guys are excited about these updates, if you guys want to see more updates like this down the road, y'all know what to do. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and as always, hit the notification bell so you guys know when the next video drops here. Now, let's go ahead and jump right into it. First thing that we got going on is Archangels. what is this going on? Okay, so Heavenly Sword recently updated for damage increased across the board. See, now this actually kind of tilts me to no end, because when it comes to monster balance measures, if you think about it, like the top three things that generally get changed are generally up there. Like they're right up there at the top. Like they're supposed to put like the biggest change in the game to get you kind of hyped up, to get you ready for the rest of the monster battles. But when they start out with Archangels getting a little bit more damage, that just like, it grinds my gears, I ain't gonna lie. But let's see if the rest of the balance fetch is a little bit decent here. So Chow, Water, Dragonite, a little bit of improvement on the damage increase, or sorry, damage based on the current HP here, increased by 25%. So I like that. That is a good change here. He's going to be even more annoying, going to do even more damage here. I still underestimate the power of the Chow when some other units get taken off the playing field here. That Justice can do some damage to no end, and with that recent change of the current HP, I think that's going to be some big damage there for sure. Light Dragon Knight, King's Rage, Jaeger got a little change that has a threat rate now for the enemies attacking with a single target skill one time when he counterattacks off the King's Rage. So that's going to be interesting. I've definitely have seen a little bit of this balance patch. I'm seeing a little bit more threat set here, so I'm curious to see how it's going to impact it. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Now, Gurkha the Dark and Bison recently got changed as well. Damage received from the provoked enemy will decrease by 30%, which is kind of crazy to my honest opinion. Like, I feel like the unit is toxic enough. Not really sure why they went ahead and decreased this damage on this one. Again, I'm happy for the Gurkha users that got, a even stronger unit out there, but they got, I think Comptos has to make up their mind about it. They go from above to a nerf to above to a nerf. It just kind of goes back and forth here. But anyways, next one up, Jingzai, Stone Monkey passive. When attacked under inability effects, we get a little bit of an attack bar increase. Now, me personally, I thought that Jingzai was in a pretty good place. I didn't think that it needed this already. I feel like the people that are at the super end game of this one, they have a fairly decent amount of resistance on this one. So, it wasn't really, too hard to resist. But I guess if you do happen to get stunned here, and they do, bring in some other units out there that have AoE effects, so you can get a little bit of value out of this, then yeah, I guess you'll get some additional attack bar that would make this beneficial to get out of it and start, get back into the counter-attacking, stunning, like, thing that you're kind of do here. So next one up, Dark Monkey King. Let's take a look at some Summon Clouds. Attack once for that skill is now a 2 times attack. Sorry, attacks twice, but no change in the damage dealt. Okay, so first hit, decrease the defense, and then second hit stuns all enemies. So literally all that was done in one skill, now they broke it up. So all they're doing is creating like an accuracy resistance check from both, which I really don't know why they would do that. Excuse me about that. I really don't know why they would do that. But yeah, if anybody knows in the chat down below why they would change this, outside of like, making it harder for, you to land everything, because you have now 2 accuracy resistance checks, then yeah, let me know here. When Oracle CR, this is the one that I keep on hearing about. Love the change here from the decrease of the attack bar on the target with the native bomb by 30% to now absorbing 20% of all enemies, regardless of having the bombs or not. So this is going to be outrageously strong for a unit like this that can already do work here when it comes to turn cycling. So regardless if you're having fun with a standard violence set, or if you want to mix it up and play around with like a despair sentence one, you're still going to get a little value. You're still going to get a lot of value. You're still going to be able to cycle through and use those abilities and just do work on this. So I do like that change. Was it needed? I don't know. But for somebody out there like myself that just recently got John, this actually motivates me to, build up or rebuild my CR and maybe have some fun with like a bomb team per se. So Shadowcasters change on the Shadow of Right Arm. Effect added again, similar to what we saw with Jaeger. Now the units are going to go under a threat state while the enemy attacks with a single target skill one time. Curious as how this is going to impact the meta, but we'll have to wait and see when it drops. Lightning Emperor I got a change on the gain knowledge. So now you gain 1 knowledge when you have 2 or less at the start of each turn, which funny enough, I thought that's how it always was. Maybe I misread that or something like that. Oh, wait a minute. That was like that for Water Lightning Ember. That makes sense. Bulwark was like that, but not those other guys, which, okay, I do get that. I like that change then. Wind, Druid, Force of Living, decrease the cooldown over time, which I think is a good chance here. And then when you're in the Beast form, the Patience of Beast now has an effect added where when you're attacking the enemy, when the passive effect is stacked up, you get that decreases defense for 1 turn. Okay. Well, hey, we'll take it. I mean, any kind of bonus for that unit here is going to be nice. I do like the Wind Druid, especially for Guild Wars and Siege and stuff like that. I think it's a fantastic unit nonetheless. So yeah, like the change for the better there. Water Beast Rider, Little Miss Barbara started attacking here, got a little bit of a damage increase here. Also, increase the attack bar gain of other allies in proportion to the enemy's less HP. I think this one here was definitely a much needed change because again, you saw this one, at the jump when the Beast Riders came out here, but you noticed that like because of the fact that the attack bar gain wasn't really outrageously strong. I think you just kind of seen this unit kind of fell off the map when it comes to the map. But now, especially with the meta right now, having a lot of turn 2 play, a lot of tanky units out there, a lot of bruisers and stuff like that. Super hard to get a lot of value out of that attack bar increase and utilize it as a turn bar booster because of the fact that they're super tanky and you can't get a ton of attack bar increase because all the units are super tanky. So I'm curious to see how the change is going to implement it. But if it is a significant amount, you definitely will be able to see this one back out of the game because again, there's nothing better than a unit that provides the attack bar boosting that you're looking for, but also a good damage as well. Good damage as well here. So Fire Demon, I think is Bale, Flames of Hell, ease the conditions of the granting continuous damage for a proportion of damage out here. So I don't recall the original conditions on this, so this is not a unit I generally use, but it looks like it's going to be a change for the better, so we'll go with that. Now, Fire Holly Berry, Fire Macaroon Guard, this is one of the units that I actually have here. Have her defense increased by 30% until the next turn begins. Increases the defense of all allies for 1 turn when using the skill. So, I do like that. That is nice. If I recall correctly, this is a unit that I built, with one of my faster Swift sets on a high defense build. So if you're one of those people out there that are trying to sneak in a unit that, wants to get, turn 1 and put a little mitigation on it, I guess great. But either way, it is nice to see that additional mitigation. I don't think we have a lot of units out there that provide a decent amount of defense buffs here. So I do like to see that. I think that defense buffs, kind of similar to like attack speed debuffs. I think sometimes it could be a little overrated. Mitigation is everything, and so yeah, I do like that change. We'll see if that gets incorporated a little bit more in the meta, right? Ezio, the Fire Steel Commander, changes on the ignore defense damage. Going to do a little bit of damage without beneficial effects. Nice. The Wind version here has an effect that where you increase the skill cooldown of all enemies in 1 turn each, which actually sounds pretty good. Now the activation conditions change, decreases skill cooldown of all allies by 1 turn if the attack of the enemies die. No, if the attacked enemies die, is that correct? I think there's some like spelling wrong there, but oh wait, that was the original one, and now it's just decrease the skill cooldown without a condition. Okay, so yeah, this is actually really nice. This kind of gives a little change. I'm trying to think like what's that wind unit? Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting the wind penguinite. Decreases skill cooldown. I do like that. Now I'm curious to see. I completely forgot right now because I don't utilize him. What the rest of his kit was. Will this change be enough to get it in the mix and utilize this a little bit more? Again, we'll have to wait and see. Wind Ryu, big change here. First hit removes all beneficial effects granted on the enemy and decreases defense for 2 turns. So now it's kind of like a 1-2 combo on that one, and then the second and third hits are going to be the same as well. Water Phoenix, again, a random change that I don't really know. I mean, I guess, for anybody that is utilizing for a little bit of dungeon play, for grinding, maybe for abysses or something like that, hey, we'll take that. A little bit extra damage on that one, but yeah, not really a relevant change when it comes to PvP here. Let's take a look. Devil Maiden, got some changes for Here Comes the Ghost. Instead of decreasing the attack speed for 2 turns with a 50% chance, wait a minute. Okay. So instead of the AoE attack break, it has AoE attack speed. Again, love the change here. This is a good change. I do believe that, again, like I said before earlier, attack speed is extremely crucial when it comes to PvP. I think it is a little bit undervalued. I think people understand. I mean, they understand it, but they don't just realize how much it impacts when you're running an attack speed debuff with a unit that provides, and you have someone on your team that provides like a speed buff per se. You get a lot of turns in there, a lot of cycling going on here. So I do like that change. I do like that change. Okay. Let's take a look. Water Devil Maiden. Okay, this is for Bagel. Bind Demon Bag. Effect added now removes an additional or one beneficial effect on the enemy. So that is good. We'll take it. Any opportunity to get some strips in there is obviously very good. So let's take a look at it now. Oh, this is good for me. Fire Devil Maiden. I do got this one. This one attacks 3 times, and each attack inflicts continuous damage for 2 turns. Discover HP recovery, and increase the attack bar. Okay, so now it's going to take 3 times continuous damage, and decrease the attack bar by 20% with each hit. So, decrease the attack bar. So I'm trying to think, and so okay, so now I mean I guess that is a good change because now you don't have to rely on the whole certain amount of debuffs on this. But I will say this though, I did like, there's not a lot of HP recoveries out there. So I mean, that being said though, there's plenty of, for the people that are utilizing healers, right? There's plenty of cleanses out there that are meta, but it is nice. Like I said, I did like the AoE hit point recovery, but that's okay though. I'll take the guaranteed attack bar by 20%. I do like that. So when Maiden here, a little bit of a change to the passive here. Now we got the silence for 1 turn with a 30% chance when it does not have a harmful effect. So that is good as well. Trying to think of the win version of Zabala. Like I was like, is that even good when you comparison to the other unit out there? Because that, to me, that it doesn't add up there. That one I still like the other one as well here. So Fire Cell again, a random buff here that really for the people out there that are free to play, I guess, can get a little bit of value here. I mean, but this is super old school unit, definitely not the meta. But again, none of the change. We like little changes here. We'll take it. All right. Dark Binding Magician, damage proportionate to max HP now is proportionate to attack power, which is kind of nice because the Dark Binding Magician now buffs, or is always buffed with attack and critical rate, so that is kind of nice as well. Looks like they did improve the chances of removing the harmful and beneficial effects here. And I think with the upgrade, this might come up to like a 90%. It's kind of like a Praha Juno per se, not like 100% activation, but it's going to be a little bit better. Water Dice Magician got a little change on the Dice Madness. If the number is the same as the previous number, the attack is guaranteed to land a critical hit. So that's kind of nice if you do play around with a little bit of damage on that one. Fire Dice Magician, again, a fantastic unit for Siege for those of you guys that haven't messed around with this one. Big change on the damage that they can put out here, and also the damage that you can receive up to 10% is now going to decrease damage on all allies receive up to 50%. So this is quite a substantial drop, but it is nice to see a little bit of protection across the board. Again, if we're talking about Guild Wars and Siege, people can focus on what they want to attack. So now they can't just, you can't just like take advantage of this unit here when it doesn't have like that high, damage or the high, damage reduction or whatnot. Now you're just going to see the damage reduction across the board, and it is nice to have that, right? So when Dice Magician, again, this is what Come To Us does. When they change a couple of people in the family, they're like, oh, let's put something else in. Let's put something else in this one to see, just to kind of balance it all out. Revive Allies attack bar coming into play here. So this reminds me of like a Dark Undyne. You're going to see a lot of reviving with high attack bars. I mean, it is nice, but at the end of the day, it is still RNG, so it's kind of hard to utilize this one as a true component of your defense. The Water, Wind, and Dark Lich here, I do like the changes across the board here. Like I said, I utilize these ones for, again, Guild Wars, Siege, most importantly Siege when we need some other units out there for 4-star. Fantastic units, great units on Siege defense. I do like the changes. It's gonna be a little bit more difficult for people out there that haven't really messed around with that. Fire and Light Jack-o'-lantern, the harmful effect activation is going to be a little bit higher, so I do like the change on that one. The light one though has a new effect data where you the damage you receive from the enemy who has a slower attack speed is decreased by 20%. So that's going to allow that unit to stay alive. Again though, not really a meta like breaking unit, if I may say so. I might be completely off when it comes to high-end Siege, but I just don't see a lot of people utilizing this, unless there's like some crazy 4-star siege defense or offense here that I don't really know about. Fire Joker getting a little bit of change here on the fire magic, now has a stripping ability for all harmful effects. Removes all beneficial effects of all enemies. Again, this is a 4-star unit, so I'm super excited to see this change, because if you're one of those people out there that were looking for other opportunities to bring in a stripper, you're going to have that opportunity now if you want to mess around with a stripper that can provide bombs as well. Dark Joker, change on the Stone Shadow Revenge passive. A little bit of a damage improvement on that. And then we got, again, random units that are getting thrown in the mix here. Epikon Priests here. Recovers the allies, HP of the allied target by 25%. It's now going to remove the harmful effect, but not including yourself, and recover the allies by 20% here. So, interesting change. Again, I don't think it's going to make or break the game. Just one of those things where they're like, let me fluff it up a little bit. Just kind of go with the flow here. Light one, I do like the light Epikon Priest. I don't really know if people are utilizing all too much for defense. I have one and I mess around with it, I believe, in offense, but so this will make it a little bit easier. I do like the cooldown change on this one. I think the revive was quite high, if I may say so myself. When you use on a living ally, you recover the HP and increase the defense, but when on the dead ally, they have an additional effect of a skill cooldown increased by 2/3. The effect is the same. So, okay. That's respectable. That's fair. Fair enough on that. I'll leave like that. So, let's take a look at the next one here. Eye for an eye passive for the Dark Martial Cat. After the counterattack, due to the skill effect, increase your attack bar by 40%. So 10% improvement across the board, whether you have Second Awaken or not. Hopefully, if you guys are utilizing it, then you got that change here. Now, right from the get-go, like right here, I would kind of finish out the video, because generally speaking, everything that's labeled down here really just had no pay. I always miss something that is kind of going on here. So now I'm taking my look here, and I've already taken a look at all this here. And of course, for the people out there that are utilizing the Madeline cookies, there's obviously a couple of them that are actually pretty decent. That's a nice change when it comes to AI. But more importantly, the water pure vanilla cookie, or the water pudding princess here, I do really like the change from the resistance to attack speed. I think this is one of the things out there that definitely will benefit from that attack speed increase. So I do like that. Fire Sylph again, though. I'm not really sure why they did this here. I think they're trying to give people another option, maybe for TOA hard, TOA help, because now they have the added damage for proportional to the enemy's max HP. That's really the only reason. Like now, when I was looking at the Fire Sylph change, I wasn't really happy with it. Really don't know what they were doing. But now when I see this change based on enemy's max HP, I feel like they're like, you know what? Let's give the people some more free-to-play options to deal with some of those harder PvE stages that have a lot of HP on them. So maybe that's the case. Correct me if I'm wrong there, but yeah, that's what I'm thinking about that down the road. So again, for those of you guys that are, taking a look at this, list here, what are your wants to watch? What are the ones that you feel like are going to impact the meta in a phenomenal way? I do think Sierra is going to get a little play time. She's going to get a little bit more additional play time here as well. I think some of the units out there that are already in there, they're still going to get the same amount of playing time. Like the changes on Jingzhe is good, but it's not going to change too much. I think he's still a fantastic unit. It's going to get mixed in here. For the people that have Dark and Bison, you're still going to use that one. Now you're just going to stay alive even that much more longer. Curious to see how the changes go when it comes to the Devil Maidens. I feel like the Devil Maidens, they came out, they didn't really impact it the way we thought they would. So maybe with these recent changes here, it'll be good. So again, everything else, is just kind of fluff in my humble opinion. Again, I'm missing something here. I'm really looking forward to, outside of those two, I'm really looking forward to seeing the Water Beast Rider Barbara, see how that gets impacted there. If I see some substantial increase in the attack bar on this one here, I do think that, for people out there that are looking for another turn one attack bar boosting damage healer, I feel like this is going to be a really fun unit to use, because I do like the Beast Riders. I like the mechanic of having them on the beast, but then they don't necessarily die. They get the beast on, they still can do damage here. So it is nice nonetheless. I do like the changes. We'll have to see how all of those will impact the meta here in this next month. But anyways, fam, that's going to be it for the video. Let me know in the comment section down below. Again, what are your wants to watch? For me, I got Ciara, I got Barbara, and I got the, what is it called? Like I said, I think it was the Devil Maidens, the recent change here, to see how they're going to impact. I think they're going to impact it in a pretty good way here. But that's going to be it for the video, guys. Thanks again for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you guys all in the next one. Take care.